Stop. We miss the reality in front of us. Why? Due to superimposition. What we have to do, I have to simply remember that I am the real self. I wake up in the morning and mind says you are tired. Tamoguna. Oh, I'm very much excited. Rajoguna. You wake up in the morning and you saw the fearful dream, scary dream, and then the mind overlaps. I'm conscious plus I'm conscious of the dream. I'm conscious, I'm conscious of the dream. There is a scary dream, and now I am upset. You see many layers of superimposition. Many layers of superimposition, and that is how we get ourselves into ignorance. We forget it. Buddha says, simply says self remembering. This master says simply self remembering. I remember that I am the real self. Intellect sticks there, and it merges with the pure consciousness. You are already there. You are in the state of mindfulness and meditation, or what we say, the awakening. This master says you need not to practice anything. So, what has happened? Dennis plus real self. Only Dennis, problem. Dennis plus real self, no problem. Terry plus real self, no problem. Do you understand that what I'm talking? So, but what happens because of the Rajoguna and the Tamoguna? Rajoguna veils. It creates a curtain of ignorance. Now I have to do something in order to reach there. You need not to reach there. Where you want to reach? How long it takes you to reach to me? And how long it takes you to reach to yourself? So the master says the moment you plan to reach to a particular destination, it is because of the Raju and Tamoguna. You are not in the mode of Satoguna. What is Satoguna? Highest level of awareness or knowledge. Knowledge. That is what I know. We discussed about 1 plus 1 is always 2. Yesterday I was with the doctor. They are correcting my vision every 2 weeks. This is light adjustable lens. Oh, now everything is clear. Yes, I feel clear. Distant vision and near vision is also clear. I said there is no problem. No, once we lock it, then there is no problem. So I looked into the eyes of the doctor. I said, there will be no problem at all. And now he moved from 100% to a probability to possibility. Oh, 1 out of the million cases it happens. It is not the ultimate truth. It is not. That is what I said, you doctor. Now, can you tell me one thing? The DNA gives you the entire journey of health and the illnesses of the human body? He said yes. So I said, instead of people suffering from the disease, why don't you treat it early so that they don't have a disease? He's a young doctor, you know. You see the probability, possibility. They are the big words, but they are the superimposition. You know, I'm going beyond these verses to make you understand clearly so that we can move further to the new verses because they are very challenging. They are very foreign to the modern intellect. And that is why I want to be clear that you have to be clear about the superimposition and the desuperimposition. So there is another factor of superimposition and desuperimposition. Same example, I went into the surgery and now I'm going every 2 weeks to get rid of I'm almost reaching to the perfection of distance vision 2020. and, and I raised the question and he looked at me and I told the doctor, there was a medical assistant and I said it is an old machine. No, we just got it last week. I'm saying that, look at this machine. This is more than 60 years old machine. And you are trying to repair it. You are trying to repair this machine. Superimposition. Can you live into that state? How? Just to remember I'm the real self. Well, I'm trying. Why you are trying, Terry? Can you tell me anyone's body is not having pain, problem, suffering? Anyone's body. Can you tell me? Anyone in this world. So there comes the principle. Buddha perhaps, I have a reasons to believe because this text was written much earlier than, much earlier? No, much later. But he picked up these principles from the Upanishads. You need not to do anything. When you are listening, learning, contemplation, reflection, you have reached to the purest state of Satoguna. In that state, the teacher says, just remember you are the real self of the nature of peace and happiness. You need not to do anything. But until then, before that, I have to continuously listen and learn, contemplate and reflect. What to listen and learn? That I am of the nature of real self. I have already heard it. Very good. I saw the dream and I am scared. Then you have not heard it. Why you are remembering the dream? Because of the Raju and Tamoguna. Yesterday I had a fight with this guy. He has been a friend for 20 years. Stop it. You are already superimposed. Because of the Raju and Tamoguna. You are gone. So in order to remember, that self-remembering comes when we follow the preliminary practices to reach to a state to recognize and realize the real self in all the situations, in all the conditions. Otherwise, this Rajoguna, Tamoguna thoughts will overlap your mind and your intellect and you are gone. No, it has been a bad day and I was totally tired. That is why I'm not attending the class. You have already superimposed. Are you conscious that you are lazy? So I am conscious plus I am lazy. But that I am lazy is identified with the Rajoguna, with the doer and the enjoyer, and you are gone. We need that level of, can I say we need that level of awareness? Now I already practiced meditation for 5 hours. Now this is a weekend, hence I will spend sleeping. Sleeping is an enemy. The laziness is an enemy of this journey of self-discovery. What? You are in peace and you will spend 10 hours more on the weekend to sleep? I'm trying to bring this principle of superimposition in your daily life. Oh, thanks God, today there is no session. Then what should I do? Oh, let me keep lying on the bed. Laziness is the greatest enemy of the journey of the self discovery. Happiness is within you. Why laziness? Happiness you are. Why laziness? And it took me many, many years to understand, recognize, and realize. And Master gives this simple answer, Raju and Tamoguna. Or we say, okay, I have more Rajoguna, what should I do? So I become the doer and the enjoyer. Doer and the enjoyer is also superimposition. So from one superimposition, one layer to the second layer, to the third layer, fourth layer, and it goes on accumulating, and we are gone. No excuse is there. That is what the Master is talking about. I am consciousness, untouched by the body and its activities, mind and its activities, breath and its activities, intellect and its activities, ego and its activities, doership and enjoyership, and a sense of feeling the pain and the. No, that is different. Can I live into that state? And if I live into so in the future, in the following sessions, the Master is going to create another model of superimposition. How do I remember? How do I remember there are trillions of superimpositions? So the Master says, hold on, just understand this only. And it becomes easy. But before that, we have to understand. That is why in the last session, we discussed about the ancient, the oldest university, Nalanda, had a different format of educating people to the journey of the self-discovery. You reach to a main gate of the Nalanda University, the gatekeeper takes your examination. You have to give the examination. So it means that gatekeeper is very well qualified. The first test is conducted by a highly educated teacher, well versed in yoga, meditation, scriptures. So the gatekeeper assesses your behavior, your expression, your eyes, your gestures, how you answer the question. They are checking your Raju and Tamoguna level. And then you have the second test. You enter into the hall, second examination. So it's your now they want to understand your daily behavior and attitude and sincerity. Third examination, they ask you what is your goal? What exactly is the ultimate goal of the life? Why we are there on the why we are on the earth? Can you ask the dog your pet? No. Can you ask the human being? Yes. So they understand your mental maturity. Means that they are checking your level of discernment and dispassion. Then you have the fourth examination before you enter into the journey of the self-discovery. And these four examinations sometimes takes months together. They don't want to leave. The teachers do not want to leave any area unattended. So now they have a clear assessment. Here are these superimpositions you have, and here is your understanding and how to drop it, how to reach there. And it is done by Shravan, Manan, and Nididhyasan. So once you have completed all the four examinations, then the Master says, now I will tell you how to listen and learn, how to contemplate and reflect, and then how to enter into the state of meditation. How to enter, how not to practice. Means now no more superimposition is there. I am plus I am a teacher. Finished. You like the teaching? Who is there? I am a teacher. That is different from me. You dislike the teaching? To whom? I am the teacher. That is different from I am. Can I live into that state of self remembering? I have a pain. Where? Body. I am plus I am the body. Can you remember that? Master says only requires self remembering. Buddha, I have been telling you again and again in the seventh of the Eightfold Path, says self remembering. That is mindfulness. You are practicing, you are a doer. The doership comes from your mind, your intellect, your ego. So you still have a very finer ego to do the practice. But again, I am reminding you and warning you, if you don't do the 4 examinations, you make yourself 100% clear that yes, my intellect is moving into the Satoguna. Satoguna means knowledge. Knowledge means that I know the art of listening and learning. What is that art of listening? I am the real self. What is real self? Real self is pure consciousness. What is this pure consciousness? Of the nature of absolute existence, consciousness, and bliss. And you. So, are you there? Yes, I am there. This is what this master is teaching. So that is what is explained. I think I explained a couple of times. That is what is explained by a metaphor. I miss the screen while watching the movie. Is this also not the movie going on? Look at it. Is this not the movie going on? The virtual session? Is the monitor or the screen of your instrument is affected? No. Do I remember both of them simultaneously? So when I am the screen, I cannot be the doer. Is it so simple to remember? I have already given you clarity. Are you watching the movie or the screen? You say, I am watching the movie. That is why you are crazy. That is why you say, don't disturb me. Let me watch the horror plot in the movie. You are in fact watching the screen, but you take it that you are watching the movie is the problem. And that is what the superimposition is. You have become so spatial that you are not watching the screen and you are watching the movie? I understand. What is that movie? Today in the morning, movie, I'm tired. First plot of the movie. I'm relaxed, second part of the movie. Mind says, I will take revenge from that third part of the movie. The whole day, the movie. Behind that, there is a screen, and that screen is nothing but the real self. Are you getting it? So I'm trying to make you understand beyond these verses before we go back to these verses. So I would say that don't be in a hurry. Recognize the coexistence of two things. Coexistence? Coexistence of two things. What are the two things? Simple. One is the screen, and other is the movie. What do you mean by it? Mind says, I'm totally tired. Movie. Behind that, there is a consciousness. I believe you are getting it. Confused. No, I'm totally confused. Very good. We will remove that confusion. How? From that movie, from one plot to the second plot, but behind that I'm consciousness. I'm trying to relieve pain in the body, discomfort in the body. Movie. One plot to the another plot. Behind that, there is one consciousness. Terry, there is no difference between consciousness here and consciousness is there. Why? It is one. Consciousness, coexistence. So initially we have to recognize the coexistence of two things, and then we falsify the one. What is left is the real. How? In the intellect, in the mind. Samir knows there is because that he has read it, and that cultural event, culture of the epic Mahabharata, there was a character known as the Bhishma. So he was killed by a lot of bows. He fell on the ground, so there were 50 bows entered from the front of his body, and half of which was at the back, and then he fell. So he was just hanging on the earth, hanging on the ground. Can you imagine how much of pain? Pain is another superimposition, come on. Before, no bows, no arrows. After, full of arrows, bodies hanging on the ground. He created one of the greatest mantra while lying, hanging on his arrows, which is being repeated and chanted in meditation. Why? Separate, coexistence of two things, screen and the movie. That screen will remain the screen. What is conscious being? Real self. Another part. First, coexistence of two things. If I recognize since morning until I retire to the bed, I'm already in the state of mindfulness. That is another way to say that it is self-remembering. Second part is extremely important to understand. Do you experience pain? Yes, I have experienced pain many times, and I can recall the story 10 years ago. No, don't recall the story. Simply understand. Do you experience the pain and the pleasure? Yes, I experience the pain and pleasure. Can you experience the pain and pleasure in absence of the consciousness? No. If I am not conscious, I cannot experience the pain and the pleasure. So can I say that consciousness is revealing pain, that consciousness is revealing pleasure, that consciousness is revealing this body? What is being revealed is superimposition. I am just making a simple statement before we will go deeper. So today's lesson is beyond those verses. Why? Sometimes the teacher has to make it clear so that you can understand. So you see the problem. We'll simplify the concept of superimposition in relationship. So the problem, confusing the movie with the screen. How many times I confuse myself, movie with a screen. Movie, honey, screen is behind. I enter into fight with the relationship. Problem is there. How much I can tell you. I can go on. Movie and the screen. The movie, your relationship, it's full of events, emotions, interactions, plots. There are many plots being created by the prarabdha and the past impression. So let me see them as a plot. No, you don't understand. I have an extreme pain. So is there a continuous pain? Yes, there is a continuous pain. For how long? For the 10 years. Before 10 years, there was a pain? No, it is a plot of the movie. It is the flood of the. Uh, I don't want to live with this woman. Really? So, did you bond with this woman? No. Plot. Superimposition. Superimposition. Can you imagine the beauty of this principle? So I have only to remember. Yes, I have only to remember. But you only remember. That level of self remembering comes only when the Rajoguna is at the minimum level, when the Tamoguna is required only when it is needed. Oh, it's almost 10 in the night, so let me fall into sleep. But you sleep in mindfulness. That screen remains intact. That screen is inherent happiness. That screen is inner peace. That screen is the sense of the self. It's not going anywhere. All the superimposition will drop and still that consciousness will be there. What is out in the body? Gone. Mind gone. This is what the master is talking about, the superimposition. You are watching a beautiful love story on a movie screen and you got so caught up in the romance that you start to believe the movie itself is the source of your joy. Are you getting it? Movie, lovemaking. Come on, that is a plot. Happiness is inside you. Will you run after that? You say, finished. This is too much. In relationships, superimposition is when you believe your partner is the sole source of your happiness. You are confusing the dynamic, changing movie with a stable, unchanging screen of yourself. That is, so I have coexistence, Sato and Rajoguna, and then you come to this, can I live into that state all the time? Coexistence too. Two factors, either you remember this or you simply remember, I'm tired. Was I tired before? No. I'm sick now. Before, I'm healthy now. Oh, before I was sick, you look at the dynamics. There is a constant changes that is taking place at the physical, mental, emotional, all other levels in the world level, and that combined together, we say this is an event has happened, sad event has happened in my life. Sad event has happened in the life. Really? Sad event? Find out if no one died in your home in the last 50 years. Superimposition. It doesn't mean that someone dies anywhere and you start dancing. So we have to keep the transactional reality. Why this is a problem? Because there is a dependency on what keeps on changing. Unrealistic expectations. I have unrealistic expectations. Thank God I had a wonderful surgery and hospital relieved me. Will you not die? The body is still changing. Tell me. Oh, you had a wonderful surgery? Very good. How many days in the hospital? 20 days. How much money? Thousands of dollars. And you are happy. Don't be happy. This is one plot has finished. The second plot is coming. Can you live into that state? Nothing to do. Are you getting? Don't be so serious, don't be scared. unrealistic expectations, probability, possibility. That is why in science we have probability, we have possibility, we have fraction. We don't have such thing. Absolute. Fear of loss. The superimposition. I recognize the screen, the solution. Solution, I recognize the screen. I am that. Let me take care of the body. Finished. Body has reached to that 66-year-old machine like this. I cannot run like you young guys. So there is a limitation. That is also a superimposition. So I recognize that. I respect that. Finished. Wise intellect realizes my happiness is my own. And that happiness cannot be found in the changes, what factors is changing, what is changing, and that is appearing on the screen as a movie, and in that movie we have a different plot. Take my example. I had a plot to go for cataract surgery not 20 years back. Then what? Let me go for it. Even listening excites you. Oh, can I live into that state of joy and happiness all the time? This is what the Master is guiding us. That is the beauty of this journey of the Eastern wisdom. So superimposition I discussed in relationship. My happiness depends entirely on my partner or family. Rajoguna, you have to do some action. Come on. What is superimposition? Assuming my partner or family is the sole source of happiness. Why it happens? Ask yourself. Ignorance of your inherent nature. You have not classified, you have not divided. There is no coexistence, there is only one existence, my honey and my love. My honey and my love. You have only one honey that never changes, that is your real self. Only one honey. So there is no love like physical love. You don't need that. Do de-superimposition. Was I happy before meeting? Yes. Can I find the joy within myself? You see the process of understanding. And you are doing the de-superimposition. Clarity comes. You realize relationship can enhance life, but are not the source of happiness. Relationship, I can express my happiness. I'm not expecting happiness, de-superimposition. I'm expressing happiness. I'm revealing another superimposition, but that superimposition is good enough. It keeps me reminding that who you are and who you are not. Buddha says that is compassion. So the same relationship, you have lot of superimposition which you think that it is real. So it is crazy mind. You argue. Why don't you understand I love you so much? Oh, really? You really? Crazy mind. Because why I become angry? Because I have a superimposition in my head. What is that my partner is the source of happiness. So I'm suffering. Why don't you listen to me? I love you so much. I hate you. Love you so much. Let us take another example of success. Success. If I achieve this promotion, if I achieve this level of the wealth, if I buy this house, if I complete this goal, I will finally be happy. Find out the superimposition. Projecting future happiness onto the external achievements, accomplishment. Elon Musk is thinking that once I reach to $1 trillion, Terry is thinking once I reach to the perfect physical health, where in future I will finally be happy. It is both are the same. But if you say they both are different, you have already engaged in the plot of a movie. Why it happens? Ignorance makes us seek fulfillment in impermanent objects. What happens when the goal is achieved? Will the happiness last? Can I get rid of 100% freedom from the illness of the body? Your heart is beating fast. You have a higher blood pressure. The doctor will recommend you something. You have a lower blood pressure. The higher LDL, the doctor will recommend you something else. Probability, possibility continues. Where it continues, that is not me. That is not me. Why it happens? So here, the doctor's market is flourishing because once you are senior, so-called 65, the doctors calls you. Dennis, here the doctor calls you because it's a flourishing market. No, we have a yearly checkup. And I have stopped picking up their phone. Are you taking care of me or I'm taking care of myself? I have gone all the tests. This is enough. We are creating more superimposition. We don't teach people. What happens when the goal is achieved? Will the happiness last? No. Realize the external achievements and accomplishment bring temporary satisfaction and not the lasting peace. Who is responsible? My crazy mind. Why crazy mind? Screen versus movie. I am not able to distinguish between the two. Why it is happening? Because I have already given you the reason. I'm simply saying you remember this and stay there. Where to stay? Stay there. What is not changing? What is not changing is the screen. Let us take another example of emotions. I am angry because this person made me feel this way. Really? You are more crazy than you think. Attributing your emotional state entirely to external triggers, people, thing, relationship. Why it is happening? Because of ignorance. You want to live in different plots of a movie that you don't want to end. All our thought, speech, and action, different event, situations is just a big movie. Master is saying, recognize where the movie is being played. How simple it is. Really simple. Did you inquire who is aware of the anger? Is it my true self or passing thought? Do you see? Understand that emotions are like, I'm saying that even you became angry, you are repenting on it, even then you separate the two. It will work. Why? Because it will minimize the impact of that event. And the second time, further minimize, for a reduction of that, and gradually you will reach there. Don't worry that you can achieve perfection in one go. It is not possible. Realize that you are the observer, not the emotion. Reduce reactivity and greater emotional resilience. We talk of emotional quotient, emotional intelligence is here. Is here. This is what the master is conveying the message by helping us understand superimposition, desuperimposition. You have a cognition of the screen. There is already a desuperimposition. You need not to work hard. Don't start thinking in it that I have to do something. No, you have not to do anything. The more money I have, the more secure and happy I will be. Where is the superimposition? Equating wealth with the security and happiness. Will Elon Musk never die if he will have $1 trillion? It will go online and he will sue me, but this is an example with a disclaimer. It does not mean that I should not earn. It does not mean that I should not take care of the need-based desire. You see that why I'm saying so? Because we don't understand. Then we go up in the opposite direction. Then we enter into another movie, another plot, another superimposition. What is that another superimposition? I don't touch money, Why? People recognize me as the greatest monk. No, you are the craziest person. You are sitting on a podium which is also built from the wealth from where you are speaking. Recognize. Master says recognize the superimposition in that. Don't follow that. But don't go against anything in the world. Because if you go against anything in the world, mind will rewind. You created another plot. So does money guarantee peace of mind or happiness? You remember that it is no. Why no? Because I am of the nature of peace and happiness. You have already desuperimposed. That is, superimposition on the body is the greatest superimposition. I am this body and aging or illness diminishes my worth. Really? Are you sure? I am this body and you still think aging or illness diminishes my worth? How dare you think like this? And if you think like this, so what is superimpositions? Identifying entirely with the physical body. I am this body. Am I the changing body or the unchanging awareness observing it? Am I the changing body, which is nothing but the movie, big movie, playing out with the different plots? Today I have a pain, tomorrow I have a pleasure in the same body. Oh, extreme pain in the tooth, and I'm sitting with the dentist. Dentist says, hold on. Injection. Oh, pain? Now I feel pleasure. Both are superimposition. But if I cannot tolerate, have it. Because after some time the pain has to go. So these masters live perfectly in that enlightened state. It appears to you that they are living as if they are living like us. Obviously, they have to live like the ordinary people. After enlightenment, you don't start eating through the nose. You still keep on eating through the mouth. they are so much normal that people mistake it. Am I the changing body or the unchanging awareness observing it? The body is a temporary vehicle, playing out a movie. The self is eternal and unchanging. Even I could say, even if you remember, if you just absorb that, you feel good. You feel happy. Close your eyes. Eyes are closed. Is the closing of the eyes is superimposition? Yes, because the senses are the windows to the external world, and we are already fallen into many superimpositions. So that is why we say, okay, let us close your eyes and be aware of all the sense organs, how it is superimposing in relationship to the objects it is perceiving. Simple formula: perceiver and perceive are two different things. Eyes perceived, perceiver behind the eyes are two, coexistence of two things. That perceiver is the real self, and comfort. Just experience the comfort continues to stay as a screen. What is changing is the body, mind, thought, feeling. Can you separate that? I've been telling you that whatever I discuss, I convert that discussion into a practice, and it becomes one practice of meditation. So one guy would ask me that how many practices you guide. I said I have more than 5,000 practices of meditation until now. Practices all the steps of superimpositions. Behind that there is only one meditation. How easy you can say, yes, that is where we have to work on. So now see, the comfort is there in the body, is blocked by the Raju and the Tamo Guna. What this Raju and the Tamo Guna does, it says, no, I'm uncomfortable, with reference to the body. Body is a plot, a movie, constantly moving. Don't be obsessed with the body, look inside. Oh, you change the practice completely of being comfortable. Yes, being comfortable, becoming superimposition. All becoming is a superimposition. Yes. Body, mind, breath, intellect, ego. And who knows, this crazy mind will remind you the event happened 10 years ago. Yeah, of yesterday event. So you simply brush it aside because it is changing. Or recognize the screen versus the movie, or recognize the observer versus observed. What is observed keeps on changing. They superimpose, they desuperimpose. Let it happen. Why it should happen? I don't have control. Why I don't have control? I don't have even control of my own birth, body. My friends, it is so there is another way to look. What is changing is not. Did you close your eyes? Yes. Eyes were open? Yes. Eyes are now closed? Yes. Changes taken place? Yes. It is not. And it took place in the presence of is. What is? Consciousness. Knower. Is that knower is one with the body? If you say yes, superimposition is there. So you remember the body keeps on changing, temporary. Okay, now I understand. So behind that is and is not. What is? Screen, consciousness. What is not? Body. Why I say so? Body keeps changing. You already remember the proverb, you cannot step into the river again, same river again. You cannot step into the same body again. You don't become old after 70 years. You are becoming from the day we are born. I'm using the language of different masters to help you live into that. You are living into that state. Self-remembering. Even to have a self-remembering, I should have a patience to listen, to understand, to contemplate, to reflect. So is it clear being comfortable and becoming comfortable? So becoming comfortable, different plots. There are different plots. When they finish, you become aware of being comfortable. And then you say, I have done so much of practices, that is why I am comfortable. No. It is not true. So what about Mondays and Thursdays session? I have to tell a lie. To dissolve your other lies of superimpositions to reach there. Now again, being carefree. Careless, who is careless? The mind, intellect, ego, along with the actions of the body. Can the consciousness be careless? No, because I'm also aware of becoming careless. So that is also present in being careless, yes. Then where is the problem? I identify with being careless. Becoming. Out of the joke, I say it's a higher meditation, but every meditation is a higher. It all depends on your understanding, clarity, wisdom, discernment, dispassion. We miss the reality in front of us due to superimposition. So I have to make an effort to become carefree. I am dropping one superimposition by another superimposition, that is desuperimposition. where I can see clearly the screen, the observer, and the knower. I don't feel like being a doer, and I'm in that state. That is what the mindfulness our great master Buddha spoke about it. Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Do I experience? Yes, I experience. Who is the experiencer? The mind. Is there some entity who knows that the mind is experiencing sensation, relaxation, and stillness? Yes, it is consciousness. It is the screen. It is happening on the screen. So when I experience the sensation, relaxation, and stillness, it is happening in the mind. Mind keeps on changing. But I'm aware of the entire process. Sometime in a movie, flashback, oh yes, yes, this is what has happened. So I'm relieved. All these experiences taking place in the mind that claims sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Behind that, there is a screen which is. The rest is not. Why is not? Moving, changing, superimposition, delusion. Can I live into that state? Who is stopping you? Do I stop? Does anyone who makes you angry stops you? Or you stop? You in ignorance. You in superimposition. One guy asked me, is there a chance that after reaching to the state of awakening and enlightenment, I'll have enough time to sleep for a couple of days? You will never reach to that state. Your mind is still dictated by the tamoguna, what you are talking to me. Know what to do. The thought, feeling, and emotions are passing into your mind. What you have to do, movie is going on, let it go. You are aware of the coexistence of two things. Are you aware? You will never ask this question. But yes, in the beginning we miss it, it's okay. You remember it, that is okay. You miss it, you remember. You miss it, you remember. How many times? Maybe a million of times. That is what Buddha says. Mindfulness is self remembering. We think otherwise. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your awareness on the right hand, your awareness on the left hand. Lift your Buddha palms, place it in your eyes. Open the eyes inside the palms. Know your experiences. Bring the hands down. One couple who used to attend these sessions, it has been running over the last 6 or 7 years, Saturday's session. I pick up those texts which does not require any so-called the practice. So that couple whose husband was working in Fortune 500 company, he was getting around 5 or 10 million dollars a year. Wife was very much mindful. She was also teaching mindfulness and meditation. So in one of the conversation, I said, "No, you have to do nothing. It's all about superimposition." He said, "That is it." So, but after a few months, his wife called me. He said, "You know what you have told. Now he brags his ego and he's so much egoistic. I have to do nothing. I am already in the state of mindfulness." And then he becomes angry over me. This is what happens when we are a non-seeker. I remember, I don't want to name it. Why he will sue me. He will say that I have reached that state. They don't need my certificate. Hire you, Dennis.
Thank you. My summary is that our life is like a movie, and I have to remember at all times that I'm not the character in that movie. I'm the one who watches the movie, and I have to uh, be mindful of the fact that mixing the the one who watches with the one who acts is the way to get problems, and to is the way to the ignorance. And it may seem that the events in the movie are real, but they are not.
Beautiful, beautiful summary. That is what we need. But the entire process, I should be aware of that. When I'm aware of all the whole process, aware of the whole process. Buddha says self remembering. That is what Buddha says self remembering. You got it. How are you, Samir?
Sir, I think when you are in peace and calm state, then only you start realizing that this is superimposition and these things
Beautiful.
are being superimposed. Because till you are busy with your mind and it's nonsense talk,
Yeah.
then you cannot realize all these things. As we do keep on doing meditation, we think that from since birth to this stage, this which we are now, everything is lot of things are superimposed and a movie is going on in our life. We and we are just looking at this as a
As if
as
we
a
are real.
spectacle. Yes, it is like that. I think so. It is.
Yes, yes, your mind and your approach is also good. So instead of you say the screen in the movie, you simply say that I'm of the nature of happiness and peace. Pain in the body is secondary. You have separated pain in the body. So there are how many things you separated? The mind that says here is I am the body. Mind says I have a pain. Then the mind says what should I do? These are all plots. I am of the nature of happiness.
And sir, meditation helps us to realize that peace is inside us, and we can reach to that peace through dropping
Yeah,
these
superimpositions.
positions.
Yes,
Superimposed.
yes, you're right. You both have a different perspectives. That's why we have hundreds of paths available. Which path we like. It's okay. How are you, Brandy?
That's good, thank you. The movie metaphor was helpful, and I also got a really good reminder from today's lesson about, well, I do this, that like if I get more money, if I get this, if I get a house, if
Yeah,
I get
these are
whatever,
superimposition. Yeah.
like all these things, and then you get these things and you lose these things, and the real self doesn't change, right? I mean, that's the whole thing. It's like,
Yes, yes.
but the problem I think is that we keep turning outward. We keep trying to be in the movie, right? We watch the
That
And
very problem, what the mind says, is also a superimposition.
I know, but I'm over here trying to separate the two.
Yeah,
That's my meditation today. Yeah.
yeah. Then we recognize that vast awareness and the vast consciousness which is pervading, as if there is one consciousness is like a canvas, over it everything playing out in different colors, the painting, everything is playing out. One is running after the wealth to be happy, one is in the hospital to get treated to be happy. You see the plots, the nature plays the plot. So we have to understand the very essence of that nature. That is why, I have today's understanding beautiful. That is your perspective. Yeah, that perspective is also right. I will have, I'll buy a house. Yes. So okay, now you are aware of the screen, observer, and now you play out. You participate in that movie. Okay, I have to house. I have how much money I have. Okay, I will. Is there a possibility? No, drop it. One plot is created and dropped, but we don't drop these plots in our life. That is the problem. Uh, that is what we is defined as a problem. How are you, Terry?
I'm good.
I'm good. Yeah.
You have a language for
Good.
um,
Yes, yes. Terry, we used to learn the principles of one principle is that when your mind does not want to speak anything, it wants to remain in silence. You are not making any effort. It reveals the peace and happiness. Can I say, nature has given you an opportunity
yeah.
to be into that state of this, so you recognize that peace and happiness. The life changes. And it is changing. So that is all for today. We will meet again in our next lesson.
Thank you.
Thank you.